the better our videos are, the more of those messagings or PSAs that people will see and the more engagement we'll get. Hey guys, Jesse here. I got another quick training for you. I'm going to talk with you about video production, the process, and some things to be conscious of when it comes to your video production. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jesse. I'm the lead designer at Razo. For the past decade, we've been helping our clients optimize their online environment and automate their customer life cycle. I provide training to our team and our community on a regular basis so that you can move the needle on your business, and I can move the needle with our team. Today, I'm going to talk with you about the framework that we follow for video production. This will be for long form content, not for shorts. And inevitably, what the goal here is to increase your performance when it comes to your videos. So all of our video content goes through our media production framework, which is pre-planning, production, post-production, publication, optimization, syndication, and then paid placement for content that is performing well from an organic standpoint. Now, when we're producing long form videos, we follow a certain framework. First, it starts with a hook. Then we move into the intro. Then we go into the actual message and or training. And then inside of the message and training, we have PSAs or advertisements. Now, we've seen this on YouTube for a long time. A lot of times people advertise other people's products. We like to advertise what it is that we're up to as a business and a brand. So what we do is we put PSAs and or messaging in the middle of our videos for people that are getting value out of the actual video itself with calls to action inside of the video itself. It's kind of like an interruption in regards to the video. So the better our videos are, the more of those messagings or PSAs that people will see and the more engagement we'll get because they have calls to action in regards to watching or subscribing to certain opportunities online, subscribing to our YouTube channel, signing up for free resources and things of that nature. So these are incredibly powerful. Now, in addition to that, at the very end, we have the outro, which we utilize for our primary calls to action in regards to subscribing to our YouTube channel, and then also additional video content recommendations based off the video that they're watching. If they get to the very end, that's a really good opportunity to convert because they've engaged heavily with the actual content itself.
Hey there, Jesse here, and this is not a glitch. I paused your video for a brief announcement. First and foremost, you've been getting value out of this content. Do me a small favor, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it very much, and it helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. Let them know we know what it is that we're talking about. Secondly, if you'd like to get access to future trainings, go ahead and jump over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, set up notifications so you don't miss a single one. Lastly, all these videos are meant to be interactive. So if you have any questions about the content I'm sharing, good or bad, go ahead and meet me in the comments section and I'll get those handled for you. Now back to your video.
So there's some things to be conscious of inside of that framework. The hook at the very beginning of the video, it needs to be a powerful hook. It's got to hit incredibly hard. The first 3 to 5 seconds, the messaging in that first 3 to 5 seconds is incredibly important. If you don't hook people in, they're not going to stay for the rest of the content. So that hook has got to encompass the entire content of the video. It's got to make sure that it grabs people's attention, and it's got to be really strong. Then we move into the intro, which is where we do all of our business branding and everything like that. So we want to make sure that the intro is good. Our team does a fantastic job with creating intros. Then we move into the primary message and or training. And then within that primary message and training, we have our PSAs. So the PSAs need to be recorded ahead of time. And what we do is we basically, those messages, those public service announcements, we basically block them off. And every time we have a new project come out, we do a new PSA, add it to our videos. And then with people that are engaging in our videos, they have access to all the latest and greatest activity and what it is that we're doing on a regular basis. So that's part of our production process, is to add back in calls to action in the middle of our content, our long form content, so people can engage with us in different ways if they're getting value out of the actual video and or training. And then lastly, we have our outro, which our teams does a fantastic job with as well. So it's a really great format in order to build out content If you're, providing training, you're a how to figure it out type of video producer, and you're providing, education-based marketing and things of that nature, can be a really great way in order to simplify the pre-planning production process for your videos. So that's all I wanted to share with you. My 5 minutes are up. And until the next time we speak, make today and every day a fantastic day. We'll talk with you.